I also have to get Raina to pick a recipe out of my cast iron skillet cooking book, or cookbook, because we're going to do one of those while she's here.
Ah,
Yes, because
we
I have...
do a PvP special broadcasting too while we're there too. I mean, one day isn't going to hurt us.
Oh, yeah. I also have a bunch of other recipes you can look through to pick something she wants, but cast iron one, there's a lot of good recipes in that.
Cast
So
iron
good.
is well, yeah, but a lot of it is because it picks up the flavor of the cast iron. I mean that in the sense of like everything that
Yep.
you've cooked in it that's been
Seasoning.
baked in the patine and the seasoning. Yeah, no, like it's
Oh, it's amazing. Like some people wash and then dry their cast iron pans. Other people just wipe them out. I don't use mine enough, so they don't have just that perfectly smooth surface yet, because that's how little I use them. But I'll be getting to that at some point, because I usually just wipe them down. And if it's a lot of grease, like if I'm cooking bacon in my grilling pan,
right.
then yeah, I'll wash it out and then dry it really well before I put it away.
Yeah, pretty much. I know that I use kosher salt as an abrasive whenever I clean mine. So
Yes. Yeah, I have carbon steel pans as well. And those ones I use kosher salt to clean them out. And actually, it's funny you mentioned kosher salt because I have 3 pans here that I have to re-season because I took them out to use them the other day, and it turns out they have just a little bit of surface rust on them. So
ooh, yeah, no, that's a problem.
yeah, it means the coating wasn't thick enough, which just means I need to, cover them in a thin layer of oil and take my blowtorch to them, or throw them on the barbecue and smoke them out. I just don't like to do it in the house because it gets so smoky. Even though I'm using sunflower oil, I think is what it is. Where is that one?
Sunflower
Yeah,
oil.
sunflower oil.
What's the smoke point of sunflower oil?
Really fucking hot.
Really fucking. I do mine in canola oil, and that's
Canola oil is a lot lower.
it's a lot lower, but it does the trick. And
Yeah.
So I know.
Yeah,
It's like,
the sunflower is higher, so you can do it at medium easily, but it will smoke at medium. Whereas canola oil will smoke usually like medium low or low. And I don't know anybody with a peanut allergy, but peanut oil also smokes at a really low point as well, unfortunately.
never do it with olive oil.
Oh God, no! I cook with olive oil.
I did
And
coconut oil.
what's that?
Coconut.
I don't know what the smoke point is on that.
Well, typically, if you're a avid cast iron cooker, and like I do a lot of steaks and whatnot on mine, you effectively like re-season with pretty much the fats. That's what happens.
Oh, yeah.
And that's the way I'd love to do it, but I don't do it enough, nor do I have a grill big enough to necessitate doing that a lot. So
Yeah, I gotta pull my barbecue out and inspect and make sure it's good to go, and I can use that when Raina's here, but that assumes nothing has crawled up into the Venturi tubes to make a home.
oh, you
And I
got
just cleaned my garage today with all the mouse shit. Just cleaned all that out. Yeah, so I had a torrential downpour the other day, and it was like I know there's mice living underneath my garage, like underneath the pad. And I'm okay with that because they're under the garage, they're not in the garage, and they're not in my home. You guys can say that I don't care. The problem was we had such a huge torrential downpour that the entire backyard was a pond essentially, just from the amount of rain coming in. So the mice, of course, came out from their dens into my garage because there's right by the door frame. There's huge gaps that I just filled in today, and they came in there and they were right by the door because that's where most of the shit and piss was. And you could see where they'd run up the side of the walls of the garage to the actual garage overhead door. There was a little bit there, so I spent today just spraying it all down with bleach just to make sure if they do carry hantavirus, I don't die from it. So I don't know if you know about hantavirus, but deer mice carry it. Field mice don't. I don't know which one it was, so it's better safe than sorry. But hantavirus will kill you before you even know you're sick, for the most part.
I see.
You don't screw around. You don't screw around with that one. Wording is hard. So yeah, I just cleaned all that out, and then filled in the gap with some wire mesh that's been folded over a bunch of times and jammed in there, and filled it up with spray foam. Hopefully that'll keep them out. Fuckos.
Most pests I have here is like ants. I fucking hate ants. They're everywhere. It's Texas. It's terrible. It's either ants or wasps. Fucking
We
shit.
get wasps, and around August they get turbo aggressive because they're looking to fatten up for the winter.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, wasps hibernate, for those of you who didn't know. And they hibernate very well because you'll have the queen in the dead center of the nest, along with a bunch of workers around it. The outer layer of workers always die and freeze to death, but all the other ones, act as insulation to keep her alive.
Mm.
Yeah, they survive minus 40, which is the same in Celsius and Fahrenheit, so cold.
At least you don't have to deal with fire ants.
Yeah, I was about to say that at least we don't have fire ants, because as far as I know, they can't survive the climate up here, but the black widows do, so who knows.
Yeah, fire ants aren't fun.
I imagine they wouldn't be, but I was very surprised to find out a couple years ago that the prairies do have black widows in some areas.
Oh, black widows aren't too bad. They're not aggressive or anything. Just don't go sticking your hand where they might be.
Well, that's the problem when you're out in the training field. You don't have time to think, because usually someone's screaming at you to drop on your face. Thankfully, I don't do that shit anymore, so I avoid all those areas, but yeah. There's also cactus in most prairie provinces as well. That's a weird thing to wrap your head around.
So,
There are deserts in Canada? I mean, there is a rainforest in BC. Lots of it.
I mean, Canada's like long Texas, I guess. There's a little bit of everything there.
Canada has every single biome, as far as I understand, across the entire planet.
But not Florida weather.
We don't get hurricanes. Sorry, that's a lie. We do get hurricanes. We get them on the East Coast, and we get cyclones up the West Coast.
Oh.
Yeah, so Hurricane Ian did hit
Nova Scotia.
Nova Scotia, New Brunswick, and Newfoundland, and Labrador last year. It did not nearly as much damage as it did down south because obviously it weakened by the time we got up there, but it was still, I think, a Cat 2 hurricane or Cat 1. So yeah, they get them. Oh, we also have earthquakes. In BC, I already knew that, but apparently Ontario gets earthquakes.
Mm.
Yeah, they're like 4.3. So gotta watch out for your patio furniture.
Last
might
earthquake I was
tip
in, I was in the office building, and I've never experienced an earthquake before. I remember sitting there doing my job, and all of a sudden I was like launched into the air just a little bit, and then fell. I didn't fall to the floor. It was like felt like my chair launched into the air, and I saw the wave because I work on the 4th floor, just like shoot straight across, the city that I'm working in. I was like, oh shit, what is that? Apparently they're like, oh, it's fracking, and I don't even know.
Fracking does cause tremors, which is creepy.
Well,
Because you're using water to basically push out resources. The problem is in that transfer stage is where you get the shifting grounds, from what I understand.
it was just interesting because they're like, oh, it's no big deal. And I'm like, what? Then why are we calling the building inspectors to make sure it isn't going to fall over? Right?
Yeah, exactly, right?
Like you woke the guy, like you called him away from home. He had already left to go home in the middle of rush hour traffic to come back because this event happened. Don't tell me it's not a big
Yeah.
deal. Like,
Yeah, when that happens, that's kind of a biggie. I don't know if you guys remember the massive earthquake in San Francisco. I think it was 93 or 95.
Oh, no, I was
where it like
probably,
almost swallowed the city.
I was probably
Well,
just,
yeah, sorry?
no, I was still probably, going to kindergarten, so I wouldn't know anything about.
The upper deck of the Golden Gate Bridge collapsed onto the lower deck.
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
Instant.
No, it killed a lot of people. Like,
it sounds
normally
like
I make fun of natural disasters. That's when I won't, because it was a massively devastating earthquake. It was, I think, actually, let me go look it up. I think it was around 8,
Yeah, no,
maybe even a 9.
There's no escape from that. You just get ice cream sandwich just straight to hell. Just
Yep. Unless you're one of the unlucky ones who's still driving, you see it falling, and then the last moments of your life are watching something come down and crush your face.
Let's see. There was the Sunshine Skyway Bridge that collapsed in 1980. That's the only thing that I remember, kind of, even though I was just a glimmer in my father's eye.
89 was a big one in the Bay Area. 63 killed, 3,700 injured. And it was a 6.9. I thought there was a larger one.
Pretty intense.
The Sunshine Skyway Bridge actually killed about 30 people. A cargo ship collided with the bridge.
Okay, yeah, it is the 89 one I'm remembering. So that was a 6.9. Yeah, that was all fucky. Although, speaking of fucky, but not on a nearly as deadly level, unfortunately, one puppy ended up passing away, sadly. The Tacoma State Narrows Bridge. Shut up, oven. Sorry, my oven is telling me it's done.
It sings you a tune. I mean,
yeah,
pizza,
I hate it.
it's done. Da, 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 it's
So
done.
somebody,
It will be
I
crispy.
remember. Sorry, go ahead.
So if you don't take it out soon, it will be crispy.
I remember somebody on Twitter went through the history of that damned song that Samsung uses, and it was some like massive like sob story or really, really wholesome story or something, and I'm like, this is the most annoying sound on the planet. Shut the fuck up. But yeah, the Tacoma State Narrows Bridge in Washington State, that was a funny thing because they built this bridge, and unfortunately they built it like an airplane wing.
Oh, yeah, that's the one where it's all like, woo.
Yeah, it was all waving around. So if you look at the Golden Gate Bridge or any large like bridges that span large distances, there are holes or tunnels that run sideways through the bridge to allow air passage through it. This bridge didn't have that because at that point nobody knew you should do this, but it was known for its whistling and its twisting and waving as you drove over it and everything. And one day it got so bad, there was a reporter on the bridge with somebody else, a couple cars, and everyone got off the bridge because it was getting really dicey. And you just watched this thing like, waving up in the air and twisting, and it finally buckled and collapsed. Unfortunately, one of the vehicles had a dog inside, so unfortunately the only casualty was a doggo. Very sad. Stupid humans. But when they did the analysis after the fact, that's where they realized that because the bridge had solid walls, the air would hit the wall, go up the wall, down across the concrete pavement where cars were driving, up the other side and over. And if you know anything about airplane wings, the front of an airplane wing is kind of blunted. So the bottom is nice and flat, like the bottom of this bridge was. It was nice and flat. And it sort of slopes up and over on a wing, so it's a nice curved surface. And that's what kind of the solid walls were doing, is creating a nice smooth surface for air to flow over top. And what ends up happening is you cause negative pressure because the air on top is taking longer to reach the other side than the stuff on the bottom, because obviously if you make it travel a longer distance, it'll take longer. So that causes an airplane wing to lift, or in this case, the bridge to lift. And then it would just move all over because the bridge wanted to fly. They made a bridge that was like, I must go. My people need me. Damn these constraints.
That's awesome.
Not really.
Yeah, awesome and sad. Like, it was for engineering purposes. It was great to learn that. Okay, you need these slats inside of a bridge. Shame for this poor puppy.
Oh no, like the puppy's just terrible. So the whole learning process as we go along is interesting and tragic at the same time. And the outcomes are about as equivalent. Oh, we shouldn't do that ever. Or
Yeah, it said it is not.
Okay. I'm going to go get a drink, and I will be back.
All right.
Yo, Nordic.
Hello.
Yeah, me.
Howdy. You missed our pregame history lessons. I mean, pre-show history lessons.
Yeah.
I tend to miss the good stuff.
Well, it's okay. I'm I'm broadcasting live from my kitchen.
Oh, so you're
Yes.
doing a cooking show for us tonight?
No, I'm just hungry and I wanted pizza and it wasn't cooked all the way through, so I had to throw it back in the oven to make sure it gets.
Same thing.
Damn it.
I'm still playing Diablo.
Diablo.
Yeah, bro. I was just telling them that I cleaned all the mouse shit out of my garage after the torrential downpour caused them to seek higher ground. Thankfully, my garage is empty. Like, it's got nothing in it, so there's really nowhere for them to want to nest and stay, so bastards will move on elsewhere.
It's like, get them out of here. You got no room for you.
Huh. It is 10 p.m., and the sun is not quite behind the horizon yet. I love the prairies. Sorry, random interlude of I like living up this far north.
Meanwhile, in the dirty South, all I did was pick weeds and clean outside all day. I'm tired. But I have booze, so it's fine.
Yeah, we're all pretty much having liquid something. I'm having liquid bread. Lumi's having liquid potatoes. Raina was going to have liquid something.
Seagrams.
What kind of drink is it?
It's like a very sweet alcohol.
Mm.
Is it like a cider or a beer or?
Not really. It's one of those, you think it's a soda type thing, but it's not.
So it probably has vodka in it.
I don't know. I just drink it.
You
So
don't
in that
ask
case, it's
questions,
probably-
just drink.
It's probably liquid. Well, because unfortunately, Seagram's makes so much booze and different types of booze. So saying it's a Seagram's to me is like, I don't know. Let's saying it's a rye whiskey. Well, there's like 4 or 5 different manufacturers of rye whiskey in Canada. And Seagram's is Canadian or was Canadian. And
All I know
And-
it tastes like ice cream. Not ice cream,
Tastes
but
like-
popsicles.
interesting.
That
So
does
he had
sound yummy.
popsicles, I have popsicles, we all have popsicles. It's amazing.
Yeah.
And what kind of pizza are you partaking?
It is a everything pizza.
So it's a poutine pizza?
No.
You're like,
There are places that will make those, but no thanks.
Oh, I thought you were joking. Wow. Okay.
No, you can get a poutine pizza at least a couple places I can think of, but yeah, no thanks.
This is 2023. You can put anything on pizza.
And
Oh,
pineapple.
Seagram's is normally still making whiskey. They don't make vodka, so you
Ah.
probably have a whiskey drink.
Did
When was my birthday? I don't know, 01,
Did
Did-
who?
did-
What?
01.
did Canada ever have Zima?
Zima?
Okay, so
Fucking Zima.
so the Seagrams I think the crit is drinking is a malted beverage, of course. I think the colloquial term would be bitch beer.
That's a malt whiskey.
Ah.
Yeah.
Nice.
So that is
It'll be like a malt whiskey. So there you go.
there you go. Yeah. So I mean, it's better than a Four Loko for sure.
Yeah. I used to drink those a lot. Lumi remembers.
Oh, oh yeah. He was like bloodborning and Four Locoing, and he threw on his Super Saiyan song, and it was just chaos. So.
But I won finally.
No, I'm having. I made the equivalent of. I didn't make the equivalent. I bought the equivalent of adult Otter Pops.
Yeah, other.
So you know what an Otter Pop is. I think these two don't know what Otter Pops are. You please tell me you know what an Otter Pop is.
Those are those little long tube snap pops, right?
Yes.
Oh, those things? Like a snap pop? Why didn't you just say so?
I never called them a Snap Pop. It's like the difference between
Yeah.
soda and pop, and or
Oh, we're
Oh,
gonna
it's
get
gonna be
into
funny.
that topic. Listen, listen. I'm from New York, okay, and I still say soda, okay.
I always called it soda, so yeah, you get no argument from me.
What
But I
kind of
lived,
soda would you like? Oh, I don't know, Coca-Cola.
yeah, or
Fuck
It's better
off.
than what kind of
Hold
pop?
on.
You got? What kind of pop?
There is no fire in my house. Fuck off, alarm.
oh, that reminds me. When I come to Canada, are we making Lumi's magic meats or?
Wait, what?
These magic what?
You've seen my steaks and my roasts.
Oh,
and
I didn't hear it right. I thought I wanted to make sure you said meat. I was like, yes.
Yeah, yeah. Lumi's magic meats.
It could either be meat or mead. I didn't know which way you went, so I had to make
Hey,
sure.
I want mead.
I can't. If the only way I'm going to bring alcohol up there is if I transport it by driving, and that's going to be heavily scrutinized.
Are
Because
you bringing into this?
You can bring alcohol. There is a limit that is duty free. So you will have to check with Canada Border Services Agency to see what your limit is.
that's not a bad idea. Because I know you can't mail. You can't use any courier services to send alcohol anywhere here in the States. Is highly illegal. Because I would love to make gift batches of wine and all kinds of other stuff, but nah.
I could bring it.
I think if that's the case, once you guys actually set a date and everything's happening, I need to know a year and a half beforehand, so that way I can get you a good mead, bring you some Lumi mead.
I'll make my own too. We'll bring a mead each.
Oh man, you got Lumi mead and Cajun mead.
Mm-hmm.
Now that the house is not thinking it's on fire, some cheese hit the bottom of my oven and decided to smoke. So when I opened up the oven door, just this pile of smoke came out. I was thinking to myself, that is thick enough to set off an alarm. Fuck.
And then
Sure enough, it's
alarm.
fire.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Pizza slice. Ooh, so pizza goodness. More pizza slice. And because I'm turning myself into a fatty, / I am a fatty, pizza slice. Oh yeah.
There you go.
Oh, I
Any
hate the
pizza
special
can be a
goblin.
personal pizza if you believe in yourself.
That's correct.
Oh,
Now I need to get myself a drink.
how did your adventures with Harrison and the core keeper go?
Well, he was playing while I was in the living room watching the show with Joyce, and every 5 minutes he runs in there like, "Dad, how do this?" I tell him, it's like, "Okay." He runs back in there, gets the ingredients he needs, makes what he does, and comes back. What do you need to do next? He pretty much got to where we were on his own.
Nice.
He has the bronze workbench. He has a bronze anvil. He made his bronze armor. Now he's looking for iron. So that's about where he's at.
Good stuff.
I was dabbling around with it on my own last night, and I finally have electricity.
You have electricity. Well, at least you have some sort of guidance on what we should do. Because right now I've just pretty much been camp momming, and you're just like, "Wee, I'm gonna go that way," and all my shorts are like, "Ooh, a slime. Ooh, a deer. Ooh."
I was mama with that deer, dude. I watched that video at least 3 times. Like, oh, dude, I was freaking. Like, come on, baby, let's go back to the house. Come.
Be right back.
Mama Nord was in full effect.
I just killed a loot goblin.
They have those. That's awesome. I'm glad they didn't give those up.
Yeah, he dropped a legendary ring for me.
Oh, nice.
So in my current world, I'm trying to make an area for the cows because I'm not gonna do what we did and let them roam free and eat our stuff.
Yeah, I have yet to load up the game and actually create a pen for Bessie.
Betsy. Yeah, I found an area that has 2 cows and a goat.
If you do the hello emote to a dog, you can pet them.
Really?
Yeah,
Did not know that.
yeah.
Next time I see a dog, I'll have to do it. I know that doesn't work for ghouls or wolves.
They are not your friends.
All right. Come with me as I wander upstairs to my office.
Oh, pizza. I've been taking a shine to getting the roll pizza, the pizza crust that comes in like a roll, like a Pillsbury or something.
Yeah.
and using those to make pizzas. And there's a specific way you have to do it, or else it's shit. And that requires you actually pre-baking the dough before you actually do the sauce and top it and everything else. Otherwise, you get this weird, nasty center that isn't all the way cooked, and the edges are burnt. So you take it, you spread it out nice and thin. Take your fork and poke your holes in it, like cooking it.
Like docking it. You have to get a docker.
Yes.
I have a really good recipe for making like pizza dough by itself, but you do need liquid honey for it.
Liquid honey? Is it honey already liquid?
Do you have a
You can
Publix
get
nearby?
like creamed honey that's a little bit more solid, but you need the liquid stuff.
Do you have like a Publix nearby or a grocery store that has like a bakery or a deli?
Oh yeah, there's so many grocery stores near me.
No. I mean, do you know? Like, I'm asking Lumi if he knows
Oh.
if there's a Publix or anything like that, or a Winn-Dixie near him.
Oh, I'm in a I'm in a metropolitan area.
Well, I was gonna say if you're near a Publix or something, usually if you go over to like a deli and a supermarket, sometimes they can have fresh dough.
Oh yeah, I've done those too. I think we did that from Whole Foods.
So that's an option.
Oh yeah.
I wanna eventually like get a proofing case or whatever. If I'm gonna do pizza, I want to do it the right way, and then also get a docker because I used to make pizza. So, you know.
Nom, nom.
Oh yeah, I used to be called the hidden gem of Lakeland, honestly, because people would come up to me for pizza, and yeah, because I was working at a Circle K that made pizza, and they discontinued it. But for a while, people were like, "I like this pizza. It's good pizza for $5.99." It's like, yeah, it's New York style. I don't cut corners. Get it? Cut corners. Okay, Grandpa.
Wait, I think this will work.
Ugh.
Perfect.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
Perfect.
Okay.
Soundboard wars have started.
This.
Games begin.
Oh my God! TikTok smashed that short down so bad with the YouTube didn't, by the way. YouTube was like, it's fine, we'll take it. The one where Crit was like, I've got this one from the classic WoW server, and then this one it was the stroke and lotion on the and
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah, TikTok wasn't having it. It was like, nope. Even with
Nope.
Imi like playing marching music and playing Xeno death sounds and everything. Oh God. Damn it. You're gonna give me whiplash.
Hey TikTok. Hey TikTok.
Eat shit and die.
Oh come on.
Copyright Duke Nukem. Fuck yeah.
Carpe Nukem. God damn it.
Oh God!
Okay, that would be a copyright, I think.
I
Yeah,
don't know how to turn it
it
off. I
would
was
be.
trying to.
I'll
I was spamming the buttons. I couldn't stop it.
That was a
It
lot.
attacked. Oh God, my ears are bleeding. Okay, so don't push
The
that
missile.
button.
No.
Yeah, I got a copyright strike for that one too. It wasn't a strike. It was a
Content ID claim.
content ID claim.
What the hell is that?
Dude, what the fuck?
That is awful.
Dude, what?
But
I don't mean to do this.
so the missile knows where it's going. I had written a very pointed and fuck you claim removal to this guy because I'm like, I don't care how shitty your rap music is, that piece is not yours, so you can just like release it. I know where it came from. This was like 1990s fucking. Like I had to go look up where that was from. You know, the missile knows where it is. Yeah, well, I wouldn't even know. Was it Know Your Meme that I got it from? Yeah. Well, anyway, it actually came from an Air Force training video, which actually has me kind of terrified. But yeah, let's see here.
So that Air Force training video is teaching rocket science without teaching rocket science. That's
Absolutely.
exactly what that entire thing is all about. It's the
Like, you can-
fundamentals of flight ballistics and rocket science without actually having to know the
So,
more technical terms.
so you can DMCA these nuts.
What is bong? Now Taco Bell's gonna come after us now. We better run for the border.
It's like when you die, you hear
Now
that
we
Taco
shall
Bell.
both surely drown, said the frog.
All right, I don't know how loud this is. I'm gonna try this one. Hold on.
Yes.
Why does that one look like Bankwart?
Yeah, Nintendo's going to come after us.
I like how that one's a clown.
Stop it. Get some help.
Why are you running? Why are you running?
That says caramel dank. Hold on.
That's the one. That's the one.
God, no.
Don't be helped.
Ah, make it stop. God damn it.
That's the one. That's the one I couldn't stop. I could not get it to stop caramel dancing.
Like I couldn't get it.
Wake up.
Yeah.
Beware.
No. No, Murloc. No.
So I've been accused of sounding like a Murloc
No,
when I go.
no.
You know, the one we did while we were doing RimWorld was like spot on.
Oh man, this pizza's so good.
What is absolutely livid?
I don't know. I'm afraid we should probably do some of these. Like,
Ah, that's the one. Okay.
oh,
Ear bleed.
That was Emperor had a text.
Emperor has some sushi.
If the Emperor had a text-to-speech device.
Oh, it's another treasure goblin. I'm going to kill you. Ah.
Well, hell to the fuck no.
That's what I'm doing to this goblin. I want his loot. Give me your loot. I'm halfway. Stop. Oh, I just punched him.
I'm now leading a ram and a cow
Why
to
are
my
you
home.
running? Why are you running?
The admins would like a word with you.
Nope.
I still don't get that reference.
Nope.
Sorry, my mouth is full of pizza. Space Station 13, that's what it sounds like when an admin sends you a DM because
Oh.
you fucked up in the game.
It's interesting. You've told me that like 1,800 times, and I still can't seem to remember.
It's all good.
Goliath online.
Quiet online.
Oh, did he seriously
Goliath.
portal away?
Goliath online.
I'm gonna blame you, I mean. You made him portal away. I couldn't even get his loot.
He didn't want to talk to the admin.
No, I call it. I'm gonna be Engie.
What? Do I hear squeaking?
Squeakers.
Engie.
All right. Okay, it's dog 30. I'll be back.
Listen. 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 What?
Ow. What the fuck?
No. No.
Damn, son, where'd you find this?
Perfect.
Oh god, this is gonna be an interesting show. I don't even know what's going on tonight. I don't know the topics, so I'm ill prepared.
We're getting horny on main.
No.
As always. That's-
No, like,
that's
we literally
standard.
are. It's one of our topics for tonight.
Oh.
Is horny on main.
Hmm.
Oh.
That is a standard.
Oh.
Yep.
Alright, I have caught my
If
sheep.
you go look in news discussion, you'll see what we're talking about.
I'll just go in blind. That's what she said.
Yeah.
One more slice of pizza to go, and then I'll be ready.
I'll pretend to know what's going on, Because I guess I fall into the uninformed.
Informed and uninformed opinion.
Yeah. It's like, oh, yeah. Interesting.
I mean, we literally have that for a reason, so.
A raisin?
Absolutely, for raisin.
For realsies.
Mm-hmm.
Raffle Mao.
Well, don't everybody talk all at once.
I don't know what to say.
What happened? Sorry, I was feeding my cows.
I just said, don't everybody talk all at once.
Oh. Boom. Boom.
Oh, yeah. So some of the stuff we won't be touching on that made news, some of the stuff is just insane. Like, GameStop fired the CEO.
For
Whoopi
no
Goldberg
reason.
is pissed off that Diablo 4 isn't being released on Mac.
Oh,
Of
yeah.
of all things for her to get mad at, that's what dragged your attention?
Whoopi had a whoopee.
The Iron Sheik passed away this week.
No,
That's
Whoopi.
sad
Whoopi.
noise. That's sad, boys. He was just waiting for. He was waiting for Patterson upstairs. That's why.
And apparently, somehow, Nintendo is claiming that emulators stifle innovation. Maybe we'll talk about that one next week, because god damn.
There's too much irony in that one statement. With
I
them.
know, right?
Like, it's just, really, my guys? If it wasn't for freaking emulations and modding, you wouldn't have a fan base all that much, to be honest.
Oh, and people have already drawn Lilith from Diablo 4.
No.
Yeah,
34,
exactly.
baby.
No. Oh,
Yeah, no thanks. No thanks.
no.
Absolutely no.
She's the new mommy, dude. She's taking Lady Dimitris's spot.
Shush.
I already said
Weld
that
the
before.
noise tube.
Says the lady who's telling her to step on her on Twitter.
I already said that before. You don't have to repeat what I said. The people on TikTok don't need to know what I've been talking about on Twitter.
She wants Lilith to step on her, folks.
No.
You saw how her voice died down? It was more of a brat no than it was an actual no.
Yeah, she did say step on me, mommy.
Yeah, she did. I got receipts.
Oh, just you wait until I see you in person.
Bring it on.
Don't you wait, I'll see you in 3 weeks, I mean.
I've got more time to prepare my eulogy. We're good.
Sorry. I'm so
But in happier news, Ted Kaczynski's dead.
Mhm.
Hey. Oh yeah.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
idiot.
yeah.
That was great. I'm happy for that.
I was like, I don't know. Oh yeah, I know who he is.
And Pat Robertson is also dead. Thank fuck took long enough. And you can quote me on that. Thank fuck Pat Robertson is dead.
Mm-hmm.
Just be careful what we're streaming though, please. Peek.
If they come to see me on Twitter,
No,
it's
I'm
only
just,
worse.
I'm just saying I don't want to be like kicked off. You know, I'm pretty sure Lumi wouldn't appreciate getting, you know, booted from.
Server.
Just because you say it as a, you know, a co-host doesn't mean like.
True.
User disconnected from your channel.
You know I'm right.
Mm.
I'm a
Gosh,
brat,
it's a
but
really
I'm
good
right.
pizza. I want to eat all of it tonight, but I really shouldn't.
What happened?
This pizza is so good. And I want to eat all of it, but I shouldn't.
I'll save it for a rainy day.
Oh, that's
Or a
the
smoky
plan.
day, depending on where you are right now.
Oh yeah. Oh, that was funny with New York though, or at least the people on Twitter.
That
Oh,
was
Diablo has been having some really interesting
that was great. I laughed so hard when I saw that. I was like, "Yep, she's out for one day. She's already taken over New York. Let's go."
All right. I am fed. I am watered with booze. I mean, Coke. Of the liquid variety, not the powdered variety.
Shame. You really can't get hydrated with the powdered version, so.
No, apparently it does all kinds of damage to
Ow.
your sinuses, and I'm not willing to find out. Plus, I'm also cheap.
It's a good thing.
Oh yeah. Now the question is, do I commit war crimes while we're doing the show, or do I murder bugs during the show?
Murder bugs?
Yeah, Starship Troopers.
Oh, those bugs. Do you want to live forever?
I'm doing my part.
Me too. Oh, you stupid slime. I'm digging a hole in Core Keeper.
I was gonna say, are you playing Minecraft?
No.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
My son wants me to, but I was like, I'm...
Ooh, pulverized creates a shockwave that travels forward, dealing 100% of its damage to a target in its path.
Oh no! PTSD!
That makes me happy.
Yay.
I am a pulverized druid, so pulverized times 100%.
Murder all the things.
Oh, the
Oh,
funny
yeah.
thing about the PR stuff with or at least the stuff with Diablo, they're like, it's kind of coincidental that the date that they released it was 6/6, and the year, the two last digits of the year times together is 6. How dare? I'm like,
Yeah, and there are only 3 claws on a bear, and if you multiply 3 by 2, because they have 2 front paws and 2 back paws. Yeah. Anyway.
conspiracy.
Okay, so ad starts in about 3 minutes. That'll put us right about on target to start just shortly afterwards. So we've got a little bit of time.
Sounds like a plan. I just got my cow and my ram into their corral, so I'm happy.
Nice. I'm loading up the war crimes.
Actually, I could probably just run this ad now, so that way we've got it. Unless Twitch is going to throw a fucking fit. Oh,
Twitch,
no.
Twitch can just stop.
Yes, I agree.
Next auto ad is reduced by 3 minutes. I don't know what the fuck that means.
I guess it's now an ad that's less than 3 minutes long.
I don't know. I just like flashed up there. It was like, oh, by the way, we're doing this now. And I'm like, whatever. As long as people can like jump into my podcast and like enjoy what the fuck it is we're saying, that's all I care about. Like pre-rolls is such a heavy buy-in because you have to sit there and watch something before you ever get to watch anything else. I like the idea of folks being able to get in and see what we're doing. And we've arranged it just enough, and I actually keep it this way during my weekly streams where it's like once an hour, it's 3 minutes, just fucking deal. So
Yeah, it's like, I remember someone coming into a stream and they're like, 9 ads? 9?
9.
10.
That's going to cost you extra.
oh,
Yeah.
gotta keep the lights on.
Oh.
I'm still on the fence. I keep getting nothing but fucking a steady stream of spam from Stream Elements going, you should play all of these shitty mobile-like games. And I'm like,
No.
Gross.
I don't want to, right? But we'll pay you $700. I'm like, yeah, if I can pull the numbers they want. No. Like-
Yeah, you can suck a dick too. Sorry.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen anybody get on Twitch and go, man, I wonder what people are doing in Raid Shadow Legends right now. Like,
Oh god, that is such a stupid thing.
I
couldn't
think
even find the right words for it other than thing.
I think what'll end up happening is that if I'm ever approached like seriously by the companies and whatnot and saying, hey, we would like you to do this, it would be like, okay, well, can I try it first?
But not
Can I believe in it? Can I talk about it? Because so too many folks like talk about it, like Steve Terryberry. You know who that is?
No.
Well, he pumps Raid Shadow Legends as often as possible. His whole channel is nothing but stupid guitar videos, right? And I say that in the sense of like he actually makes music and he plays the electric guitar and does it gent and the whole thing. But this episode brought to you by Raid Shadow Legends. With this code, you can get a Steve Terryberry character, whatever the fuck it is. And I'm like, the game's not even that good. I played it. Like,
Play Raid Shadow Legends. Do you too can get a barcode.
Oh.
Yay.
Oh, bro, no, like, if they were like, yeah, no, okay, we'll sweeten the deal. If you'll pump Raid Shadow Legends and they can get a barcode, like, fighter, I'd be in. Why not? As long as you call it
That'd be
IME.
hilarious.
Woohoo.
So, but even
It's a
still,
me.
like HelloFresh, some of the costs of like the meal prep stuff is so prohibitive. I can't in good conscience be like, yeah, this is a thing you should totally do. Even if you live by yourself and you do it 3 times a week, you could go grocery shopping for less.
Absolutely none of. So there was something I read in the news the other day, or a couple weeks ago, and it's referred to as the single tax, and whether that's relationship single or living by yourself single, people who are by themselves get taxed in a weird way. And it's not like a tax as in the traditional sense, like you buy a good or service, you pay a little extra. It's more that there's a lot of incentives for families with 2 adults and 2 children to do all kinds of things. Like HelloFresh would be all right if you had like 3 kids or 2 kids. Even 1 kid, it might be all right. But as long as there's like enough people to eat it, you're okay. But stuff like HelloFresh is absolutely useless to someone who lives by themselves.
Unless you meal prep, and then you could just use that meal for like the next day or whatever, depending on what kind. Like if you're on a restrictive diet or something, I would understand that.
Yeah, that way it's all like done. But honestly, if you have a restrictive diet, in a sense of like allergies or whatnot, you have to be on top of that anyway. And to like put all the trust into a company to do that for you is a heavy leap. And mind you, yeah, if something goes wrong, you can totally hold the company liable and whatnot. But you're also gambling with your own health at that particular point.
Well,
so
it's like when I was skimming through certain boxed meals for like keto, they didn't follow keto by the rules. Like they would include corn, and one of the big things on keto is starches. Come on now, no.
yeah, I remember doing keto. My problem with keto is that I already have like hypertension, and that shit is so thick. Like I don't care if you like,
It dummy thick.
yeah, it is dummy thick.
2C.
Like one of the favorite meals I made was like a jalapeno chicken cheese or a jalapeno chicken jalapeno popper or something or other casserole, and it was really good. The problem is that it was really greasy. Like you could just spoon that shit off the top. And my wife and I are sitting there eating it, going, "This is delicious," as it's like rolling down our face and stuff. And it just no. And then you sweat it out later because it's all you can do. No, I'm good. Like I think I will have my vegetables and fibers and things. So
I think you can still do vegetables. You can still honestly do vegetables. It's just there's a misconception about certain things and certain carbs that you can have on, because they're like, oh well, you can't eat this and this and that. But as I was learning, like there's as long as it's green, pretty much for the most part, it's good.
Mhm.
You can ignore those carbs.
right.
Sorry, I'm thinking about doing it again.
Oh, go for it. I mean,
Yeah.
you're still young and healthy enough. If I do it, chances are my heart will stop. So I'm good.
That would be bad.
Yeah.
Because then one of us would have to pick up the slack of doing all the work here.
Speaking of work, let's go ahead and get this show on the road here.
As much as I love the show, I'm lazy.
Yeah, hold on. I gotta play the thing. Hold on.
Do the thing with the stuff.
Yeah, it's the thing with the stuff.
Yes.
Yeah.
It is time.
It's almost like a stream marker for me. So, welcome to the.
Sorry, go for it.
I'm
The
sorry.
fuck just happened? Did you stumble?
No, it was my fault. I was saying something, and he's like, "Welcome." Oh,
I could have just stepped all over it, and I was like, I don't want to be rude. So,